Where is our leader today? Kirtan leader?
And actually, she'll be disturbing Prabhu. I sent her upstairs today.
Okay. She always leads the Kirtan.
Yeah. She wants to sit here, but she will be disturbing, so I've sent her
No,
upstairs.
no problem. Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's start with Mangalacharan. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयंरूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहिगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमस्तते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय Hare Krishna. So everyone can see my screen? Okay. Hare Krishna. So today we are doing the revision of whole lecture of devotion. The plan is to do revision this week and the next week. And there was a little one section left in chapter 19, which we'll cover next time because we'll be revising chapter 19 anyway. Okay, so let's start. We have a lot to cover in 2 weeks. I'm not sure how much we can do, but we'll try. Okay, so nectar of devotion. Initially, we discussed about what is nectar of devotion as per Prabhupada. Anyone remembers? What's the sort of summary line for nectar of devotion as per Prabhupada? So, what is nectar of devotion if someone asks you in one line?
It's progression from Shraddha to Prema.
Progression from Shraddha to Prema. Okay. More?
It is a handbook to practice Krishna consciousness.
Handbook to practice Krishna conscious. Good. More? What Prabhupada is writing in his own introduction.
Prabhu, is it summary of Bhakti Rasamrita?
Yes, thank you. So it's a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which talks about the topics which you are saying, Shraddha to Prema, how to practice Krishna consciousness. So the first line we can say is a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's not the whole book. Why Prabhupada did not write the whole book, PRS? He didn't have time actually. He wanted to. It's a pretty big book. It's one of those 4 important books. So Prabhupada gave 4 important books, which are, anyone can say. Today I'm trying. You guys should do more revision than me. I'll facilitate. Again, if you say wrong, it's okay. Don't worry about it because we are just learning. But by speaking, you get to retain more in your head. So
Bhagavad
Is it
Gita,
Bhagavad Gita,
Bhagavad Gita,
Bhagavatam,
Bhagavatam,
Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Nectar of Devotion.
and Nectar of Devotion. So this is a pretty high book. It's not just one of those another books. It is very, very high. It's put with Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's very, very important book. Prabhupada said, if you read these 4 books, that's it. My Guru Maharaj said these 4 books are like sabji, roti, dal, and chawal. And he says rest of the books are like chutney. So chutney is important, but if I just feed you chutney, you'll not be very happy. So dal, roti, chawal, sabji you need. So these 4 books are compulsory. Sometimes people skip these books and they start reading other books. Radhanath Maharaj actually is very much against that. He said, if you read other Acharya 1 hour, you should read Prabhupada 4 hours. He clearly says that in his classes. Huh? So many times we underestimate Prabhupada writings. So Prabhupada has given everything what we need, actually more than that, much more than that. He has given everything. So sometimes people may try to say something which is sitting outside ISKCON, that Prabhupada teachings are not good enough. He doesn't understand, actually. He doesn't understand. Okay, so let's get inside. So this is a handbook, as Garima Mataji said, to practice Krishna consciousness. It describes, I'll just quickly read, Uttam Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti. We have read all this. The stages in the development of prema. So we have been reading throughout the book. And there's a particular topic in chapter 19, which we'll read next week. The limbs of bhajan, offenses committed to performance of devotional service, which is seva aparad, offenses against the holy name, which is nama aparad, Vaidhi and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti, which is throughout the whole book we studied, which is the sort of main theme of this book. Okay. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has 4 words. So Bhakti, Rasa, Amrit, and Sindhu. Maybe one of you can define one. Bhakti, who can define word Bhakti? A simple one. Anyone?
Devotional service.
Devotional service, Mataji. Thank you. So how do you define devotional service? Can you expand on it? That's correct, Mataji. So what does devotional mean? What does service mean?
A devotional means
Sorry.
Okay, maybe one person at a time. Let Divya Mataji finish, and then we can take others'
Okay.
input
So
as well.
Prabhu, we discussed devotion indicates the internal feeling and
Thank
service,
you.
the acting, so how we are doing it.
Thank you, Mataji. Huh? So devotion is our emotion towards Lord, or devotion can be towards a person, towards a nation, whatever. So it's an emotion, it's an internal thing. And service is an external thing. In most of the cases, you do devotion first and service later, isn't it? You have an emotional connect with someone and then you do the service. You render some service to that person or to that nation or whatever. But here, what we do, we do service first and devotion comes later, huh? Because we are in a conditioned state. So once we do external service through our senses to start with, then through our mind, then emotion comes. Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matta bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. So bhava means this is the emotion of the heart, which will develop later, or you can say which will uncover later. It's already there. Huh? So devotional service. Who expanded this? This is a term actually by Jiva Goswami, which Prabhupada has translated in English basically. So here we are doing service first in our contaminated state, and as we get purified, our emotional bonding with Krishna increases and increases and increases. Huh? The devotional service, very beautiful word. And this book is about process of pure devotional service. I'm not going to read the whole thing. These 3 points are very important. Reasons quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami, this is Jiva Goswami's reasons for the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He said, for the betterment of mankind or humanity, especially for satisfying the thirst of a self-realized soul, has for divine love or prema bhakti. And number 3, give them instructions to rise to the platform of Vraj Bhakti. So these are the 3 main reasons which Jiva Goswami gives. Now, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written a full commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, because in their own words, Jiva Goswami's words, to understand the book itself is pretty hard. So Jiva Goswami, which is our Acharya, has given the full commentary on this book, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as well. Now, we don't have the translation of the full commentaries of either Jiva Goswami or Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. All we have the English translation of the commentaries of Eastern section. So what we're reading in our Bhakti Shastri basically. So we only have one section translation completely done. I think others are work in progress by Bhanu Maharaj. Okay, so Bhakti Rasa. What does Rasa mean? Someone else can say. It can be very simple words. It doesn't have to be very technical words.
Mellow.
Mellow. Thank you, Prabhuji. And can you expand if you can?
Prabhu, like the emotion, or the feeling or the flavor that one experiences.
Yep, that's perfectly fine, Prabhu. Yeah, so it says rasa is a flavor or feeling. So we can say very externally gross, we have some ras or juice, mango ras, aam ras, ganne ka ras, and all that. or we can also have some internal rasa. Internal rasa is felt by when we have again connection with someone and with a family, with a group of people, with a society, we experience some rasa and we work hard for it. Or we don't work hard for it because we don't experience any rasa. So Prabhupada expanded on this word quite a lot. Then Amrita, what does Amrita mean? Someone else? Amrit, what does Amrit mean?
Nectar.
Nectar, thank you. And how do you expand it, Mataji? Amrit mane?
Amrit is
Amrit
so
Gopal.
इसलिए पता था nectar. Otherwise, Amrit is like nectar only, but
Yes.
so I think it talks about the relationship, Samrit. So
Okay.
the nectar.
So Amrit basically means Mataji, Brat. A means no, Brat means marne wala. Huh? So one who doesn't die. Huh? So like we hear about Swarglok nectar, Amrit. Huh? So if devatas drink the nectar, they don't die, which is not true completely, but that's the point. We have Amritanjan. Everyone has Amritanjan in their house. So sometimes we taste the food and we say, it is like Amrit. Huh? You go to West Bengal, in which temple? Sakshi Gopal temple. And they call the kheer is actually in Kheer Chor Gopinath, sorry. They call the kheer not as kheer, they called Amrit Keli. Amrit Keli, huh? Have you heard about it? I think many cooks are there. They will know how to make it. So Amrit Keli. So now we have not directly tasted the Amrit, but we expect that this Amrit of the Sargloka will be like that. But beyond the Sargloka Amrit, there's another Amrit. Because Sargloka Amrit does not make you completely immortal. It just elongates your life. That's all it is. Huh? But it does not make you immortal. But the Krishna Katha, the Amrit of our Acharya, Amrit words of our Acharyas, Amritvani, the Srimad Bhagavatam, that makes you really immortal. And you realize the full potential of the immortality when you drink this Amrita. So this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu gives you that immortality. Because if you develop the Bhakti through Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu nicely, you'll become immortal, isn't it? You'll realize your Krishna Prema completely and you go back to Godhead. And that's the Amrita which we are talking about, much higher than Swargloka Amrita. Sindhu, what does Sindhu mean? That's an easy one. Someone else?
Ocean, Prabhu.
Ocean, Mataji. Thank you. And what does ocean mean, Mata?
So here it's in relation to, it's like Bhakti ka samundra hai, like pura
Thank you.
nectar, uska essence ka, it's not limited to a
Yes.
point like a drop, it's
Yes.
ocean.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice. So this Amrita, which we are talking about, is not just a drop. You know, something is very, very important. It gets distributed in very little quantity. Huh? Thoda thoda hai, le lo. Someone gives you Jagannath Puri Prasad or something, just little drop. And that's enough, Vrindavan Prasad. That's enough. Huh? It's very, come from very far. It's obtained by a lot of Sukriti. But this Amrita is available not in a drop form, huh? Just one drop each. You can dive in this ocean unlimitedly. There is no end to it. How much sukha a devotee feels by serving Krishna. There's no limit to it. There's no limit to it. It's not limited. Krishna Sukha will only be experienced when you're in temple on Sunday evening between 5 and 7 p.m. So everyone comes there right on time, huh? And the Amrita will come. This Amrita can be experienced in the temple, in your home, while you're traveling in your bus, car, while you're at work, while you're even in your kitchen or even balcony cleaning your house. This Amrita can be experienced anywhere, anytime, and unlimitedly. Krishna is available for everyone 24/7, not Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 1 to 2, lunch break. No, Krishna is available for every single jiva, every single moment. You can access to Krishna anytime, regardless where your body is. So this is a ocean. So the translation was, if you go word by word, ocean of transcendental mellow, and Prabhupada called it nectar of devotion. That's how it comes. Now, rasa word, which is one of the very important explanations Prabhupada is doing. I'll just read a few words of Prabhupada as it is. They're very beautiful. Bhakti rasa is a mellow, different from ordinary rasa enjoyed by mundane workers. Bhakti rasa, the mellow relish in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, does not finish with the end of this life. Two differences, anyone remembers? What's the difference between mundane rasa and bhakti rasa? Someone else can say. Even if it is wrong, don't worry. Just say something. What's the difference between bhakti rasa and a person who experiences a mundane rasa, mundane emotions?
Mundane emotion is temporary, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Very, very temporary. And that's one important point. Another point. And the
Mundane is for our satisfaction, Prabhu. Self.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Mundane means our own. There's
Like
another
our,
point as well. So this is
like
temporary.
satisfying our own senses.
Yeah. And that sukha is very chapal sukha. Even if you experience sukha, it's very, very limited. You can only experience this for a little while. You love some eatables, how much can you eat? Huh? You can eat 10, 12 gulab jamuns and after that, no more. Huh? Some pizza, some ice cream. Huh? You like to watch a movie or match, whatever. You experience some sukha, no problem. But after 3 hours, movie is finished, back to normal. चलो किचन में काम करना है, बर्तन धोने हैं, झाड़ू लगाना है. You have to prepare the tiffin for your kids. Huh? So you're back to normal, right? But bhakti sukha is unlimited. Unlimited. Huh? So it does not get restricted after some time. Mundane sukha, if you remember, there's a bhoga and tyaga tendency. Bhoga means I do bhoga, bhoga, bhoga. Mujhe chahiye, chahiye, chahiye. I want. But once you cross that limit of 10 rasgullas, 10 gulab jamuns, you're like, no, tyaga, tyaga, tyaga. And after 2 days, bhoga, bhoga, bhoga. So this emotions keeps changing between one pendulum end to another pendulum end. But bhakti is not like that. It just keeps increasing. You listen a class, you want to hear more class. You listen kirtan, you want to hear more kirtan. You attend a bhakti feast, happened last weekend in Sydney. Devotees have such a nice feeling. After 3 days of association of devotees, they just want to stay there and not come back. So this is Bhakti Rasa. So these are the two main differences. What are the divisions of it? We all know there are 4 divisions of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. I'll interchangeably use this word, but I'll primarily stick to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Yeah, but when I say anode, it's the same thing. So we have Eastern Division, we have Western Division, so East and West, and North and South. So the section which we are reading right now is Eastern Division, which is types of Bhakti, which is the primary section. Why we are not reading the next 3 sections? Anyone knows? We only read till chapter 19. Why not? 20th onwards. Not that we should not read, I'm just talking. Why this section is so important, Eastern section. Someone already gave
because
it.
it trains us to do bhakti properly, the sadhana bhakti, then and progress further.
Yes, thank you, Mata. Very nice answer. Because it trains you to do bhakti properly from Shraddha to Prema. So 19th chapter is about Prema, right? Now from 19th onwards, 20th to 51 chapter in Prabhupada book, it all talks about the advanced stages of bhakti. So it's already put you on the train now. Now you're just moving. So if you see Southern Division, Western Division, Northern Division, Southern talks about components of rasa. Yeah, I can open this one. So I'll just talk about the other 3 sections first. So Southern Division talks about Vibhav, Anubhav, Sattvic Bhav, Vichari Bhav, Sthai Bhav. Western Ocean talks about primary loving relationships, which is talking about the 5 primary rasas. And then Northern Ocean talks about the 7 secondary rasas. So all these oceans are talking about the advanced stages of bhakti. So once you have already gone from 0 to 19, 0 to Prema Bhakti or Shraddha to Prema, then you can be in that line. So all these sections are dealing with the advanced topics of devotion. So in our Bhakti Shastri, only these first 19 chapters are put, which is very relevant to all the sadhakas because we are in that range. We are in this sadhana bhakti right now. And once you are situated in Prema Bhakti, you can experience nice rasa exchanges with Krishna. Beautiful book. Please don't ignore the other chapters. Obviously, you can give your exam, and after the exam, please continue. Read till the end. It's very, very beautiful, and it's not such a big book. At least read through the whole book of Prabhupada. Okay, so this is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, as you can see, and this is Srila Prabhupada books. So there are 51 chapters, and we are just reading the introduction till 19, which is Shraddha to Prema, as Mataji said. Okay, so Eastern section, now we're just zooming into Eastern section now. So Eastern section talks about different types of bhakti. So as we can say, there are 4 waves. So ocean is divided into 4 parts. Now each part has different waves. So in the eastern section, we have 4 waves: first, second, third, and fourth. First section deals with overview of bhakti, which we're going to expand now. Second wave, which is throughout our whole major section, which is talking about sadhana bhakti. In sadhana bhakti also we're talking 14 chapters of Vaidhi bhakti. Actually, Raganuga is only explained in 2 chapters. And then third wave, which deals with prema bhakti, talks about um, Bhava Bhakti in 2 chapters, and then fourth wave about Prema Bhakti, only 1 chapter. Because from 20th chapter onwards is all about Prema till 51st chapter. So a lot of things are talked within that Prema Bhakti. We have seen this diagram many, many times. This is the whole summary of our 19 chapters of 4 waves. Samanya Bhakti, which we are going to talk in introduction of Prabhupada NOD, and chapter 1 introduction will deal with overview of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which we have already done a little bit. Definition of pure devotional service. Chapter 1 will talk about 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. If you could just remember this whole thing in your head, it really helps me a lot to understand the NOD in 1 page. So you can put this diagram into your head. It's pretty easy actually.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, sorry,
Hare
just
Krishna.
one quick question. Maybe it's a silly question, but the first wave, it says Samanya Bhakti. Now, actually, the word Samanya means ordinary. So, does it have any other meaning? Like, why does it say ordinary Bhakti?
Yeah. Sanskrit words are sometimes very complex. One word can carry many, many meanings. Like what comes to my mind right now, Hari. Hari means Lord. Hari also means sing, lion. Mraga means also animal. Mraga means also deer. Mraga means also lion. So Samanya also is referring not to the normal. So something is abnormal, this normal. Samanya is referring to the divisions here. So it's saying overview of bhakti. That's a translation given. So yeah, sometimes it's hard for us to understand which meaning is applied in that particular context. This is the Sanskrit names which is given by Rupa Goswami. So I've just put it and translated by Prabhupada. Okay, so Samanya Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, which we're talking around 14 chapters. So chapter 2 to 4 is Sadhana Bhakti, which is the definition and the eligibility. We'll talk about it. Chapter 5 is independent nature of pure devotional service. Chapter 6 to 8, how to discharge devotional service. Here we'll read about 64 names, their names, and the expansions will go till chapter 13. 9 to 10 about devotional principles, and 8 is about aparad. It's all about aparad and how to contract. 11 to 14 is aspects of transcendental services. 15 to 16 is Raganuga Bhakti. 17, 18 is devotional ecstasy, which is Bhava Bhakti. And chapter 19 is about Prema Bhakti. So this is a pretty good overview of this first 19 chapters. Okay, introduction. So in the introduction, we read quite in detail. Just doing a summary today. So 2 topics are very important: Mangalacharan and the definition of pure devotional service. Many times we skip Mangalacharan, but I like to cover it. Anyone remembers the first verse of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? One-liner. I don't expect the whole verse. I don't remember the whole verse. What is that? Is definition of pure devotional service, Mataji. Before we come to that, that's the 11th verse actually. We're talking 1.1.1.
अखिल रसामृत मूर्ति
Thank you,
राशि
Benedict.
मरा रुचि शुद्धा तार कपाली कलीच श्यामा ललित राधा प्रमाण विधुर जयाति.
Haribol, you are reading it or you know it?
No, I was reading, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So you can know as well. I don't know that one. So yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. This is 1.1.1. This is the Mangalacharn. This is where Rupa Goswami starts, because this verse gives the direction for the whole book. And in the very first line of this first verse, Krishna is explained by Rupa Goswami as Akhil Rasamrit Murti. So Akhil means, anyone knows what does Akhil mean? In Marathi, we know Akha.
Complete.
Complete, thank you. Marathi is speaking now. So Akhil or Akha means complete. So Krishna is complete Rasamrit Murti. Who can translate Rasamrit Murti? Just in simple words. I don't want very technical translation.
Reservoir of all
Reservoir of all the
the
rasas.
rasas.
So any rasa which you may imagine, Krishna is the reservoir of all that rasa. And the example is if Vatsalya is felt, by a kid. Mother or father, they love that kid a lot. But you cannot experience the full exchange of Vatsalya with that person. It's not possible because we are all incomplete. Because only Krishna is complete, so you can experience the best of the exchange of that rasa only with Krishna. Only with Krishna. Because everyone else in this material world is a perverted reflection. Prabhupada said the mothers or fathers and the parents' love for the children is the closest you can experience Krishna's love. Dhruva Maharaj mother said to Dhruva, I'm your mother, I love you a lot. But Krishna's love for you is like millions of mothers loving together to you. That much Krishna loves you. So a mother telling, which mother will say that? Dhruva's mother is saying like that. She's so generous, so honest. So Prabhupada said that's the closest we can get. It cannot be 100% pure, but it's the closest you can experience. And Krishna's love means hundreds of mothers loving together that much. We can only imagine these things. We can't experience unless we get there. So Krishna can exchange any rasa with that particular jiva. And that's why it says Krishna has unlimited forms. One of the reasons is because jivas have unlimited desires. Jivas has unlimited desires. To reciprocate with the desire of each jiva, Krishna takes a particular form. That's why he comes as Matsya avatar, Kurma avatar, Varaha avatar, Narsingha avatar, Parashuram avatar, Ram avatar, Krishna. So all these different avatars, incarnations come. Why? Because jiva have different desires. Prabhupada writes in one of the purports of Kunti Maharani prayers that Krishna takes appearance every single species. So he goes in every single species and take incarnation because jivas are not only human beings. Fish is also a jiva. That's why I take Matsya Avatar. He's preaching to fishes. We don't know all these things. Our knowledge is very limited. You read in 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, you see so many other locations are there in this Brahmanda where Krishna takes a particular form and those people are worshipping that particular form of Krishna. They are very attracted to that particular form of Krishna. For there, the Ishta Devata is Kurma avatar, for example. Now they don't consider any other avatar as beautiful as Kurma or Varaha avatar, because jivas in that particular Varsha, Bhagavatam calls it Varsha or Loka, loves that form of Krishna and they want to have reciprocation with that form of Krishna because Krishna can fulfill the desire of those jivas in full. And that's why material relationship gets up to the stage of frustration, because we have so much expectation, but the others can't reciprocate so much, and we get frustrated. And that's why we say love in this material world is not possible unless you accept the imperfection of the loved ones. Otherwise, love is not possible. You have to accept they are imperfect because we are also imperfect. So you have to accept their conditioning, then you can love them. If your love is based on conditioning, love will be very short-lived, very, very short-lived. Our relationship will not be very deep. Okay, so Akhil Rasamrit Murti, now Krishna, I'll read the translation, it's very beautiful. Let Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be glorified by virtue of his expanding attractive features. He subjugated the gopis named Taraka and Pali and absorbed the minds of Shama and Lalita. He is the most attractive lover of Srimati Radharani and is the reservoir of pleasures for devotees in all transcendental mellows. All transcendental mellows. No matter what desire you have, Krishna is the best one who can fulfill that desire at the best, beyond your imagination. So Krishna, as per this particular verse, has subjugated all types of different gopis. It's just to give you an indication. So 4 types are given by his Holiness Bhanu Maharaj: Swapaksha, Suhrat Paksha, Tatastha Paksha, and Vipaksha. Swapaksha example is Lalita. Suhrat Paksha is example is Shamala. Tatastha Paksha is Pali. Vipaksha is Tara. So although they are in 4 different groups, Krishna is attractive for every single one. So similarly, he's attractive for all the jivas, and that's one of the meanings of word Krishna. He's all attractive. Mangalacharan, what are the 3 Sanskrit words of the 3 categories of Mangalacharan? Anyone remembers in Sanskrit? I've written in English.
Vastu Nirdesh.
Yep.
Pranam.
Thank
and
you.
Ashirvad.
Thank you. Very, very nice. So Vastu Nirdesh. Vastu Nirdesh means what's the objective of the book, which you can see 1.1.1. Anyone can expand on the objective, which I didn't explain the last slide. So what is the objective of the book by giving this particular verse? So this verse is there, which explains Krishna has subjugated all types of gopis. Fine. How does it define the objective of this book, this verse? Because we are saying this verse is used as an objective. So I don't see any objective here. So what does it mean? What's the objective behind this verse?
Glorifying Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, more. Glorification is definitely there, Prabhuji. How does it relate to us? It
Prabhu,
relates
to
to
please the
gopis.
devotees and to learn how to please the Lord.
To learn how to please the Lord. Okay. More
Prabhu, the
Mataji.
objective of our objective is to reach the prema, and we trying to understand what is the hierarchy and how we can achieve. So the objective is to be there, and the prema bhakti is by gopis.
Bhakti by gopis. Okay. All good answers, but not correct. Sorry.
Krishna
So
is
actually,
Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam.
Nice, Bhaktaram Iktabsam. That's very nice answer, Mataji.
Revealing
Perform the loving
Which-
devotional.
Perform the loving. They're all standard answers. I'm looking
we
for
are
a
all
specific answer related to this verse. They're all good answers. But
we are
this
all seeking happiness. We are all seeking happiness, and by this verse we understand that he is the reservoir of all happiness and pleasure. So with that and understanding his glory, we move in that direction with sincerity and seriously understanding the purpose of our life.
Thank you. Nice explanation, but not there yet. Sorry. All good explanations. And nothing is wrong. Please don't take it that they're wrong. They're all good explanations. But I need to know, as per this verse tells a very specific thing about the objective of this book. So as Krishna has
Following the footsteps of gopis, Prabhu.
following the footsteps of Gopi, standard answer. Sorry. Not a
Krishna
specific
was
answer.
Most auspicious here.
Sorry, Mata, say again.
It's
Krishna, the reservoir of all rasas.
All the rasas, that's correct. Yeah, it's getting closer, but more than that. More than that. As, okay, I'll tell it.
Krishna
As,
gets
okay, Mridula Mata, please go ahead.
Krishna gives all the auspiciousness.
Krishna gives all the standard answer, sorry. A specific answer as per 1.1.1 of NOD. As Krishna has won the heart of all the gopis, let the same Krishna win our heart as well. And as the gopis are attracted towards Krishna, we should also be attracted towards Krishna by reading this book. So that's why Bhanu Maharaj has given these 4 groups. So whether you're on Swapaksha, Suhrat Paksha, Tadastha Paksha, or Vipaksha, no matter what sort of jiva you are, your heart as yet is not attracted by Krishna. So by reading this book, the objective is our heart should also get attracted towards Krishna. Similarly, as these gopis' heart are attracted towards Krishna, because Krishna is all attractive. And right now, we just don't recognize it. So as these gopis are attracted towards Krishna, we should also be attracted towards Krishna after reading this book similarly. That's the objective. And yeah, if we follow it nicely, we will achieve it. Obeisances. This is very nice. What does obeisances mean? Someone else can say who has not spoken as yet. Manmohan Prabhu, say anything about obeisances. If you can, as per NOD, that will be nice.
So, Prabhu, Krishna is, I can give from Bhagavad Gita that Manmana Mad Bhakta.
Okay.
So, in that one, Krishna is saying, so if you do namaskar to me, pay obeisances, then you can come back to me.
That's nice. Why does obeisances comes under Mangalacharan? So we are talking obeisances as the second part of Mangalacharan. The first is Vastu Nirdesh, the objective. Whatever discussions we are doing, whatever readings we are doing, there's an objective to it. So we have established the objective of this book. Now, what does obeisances cover in this NOD Mangalacharan, BRS Mangalacharan? That's my question.
So the process of doing
pranam,
Doing pranam process, yeah.
Pranam
Guru.
Pranam to
Supreme
Guru.
Lord.
Thank you, Prasannatma Prabhu, and thank you, Manmohan Prabhu. So,
Pranam to
before
Guru.
we start any discussion, we must do pranam to our Guru Maharaj, to the Lord, to our parampara. If we don't do that, our discussion may not be fruitful. No? So, whenever we start our discussion, we offer some prayers. sometimes explicitly, sometimes implicitly as well, depending on the situation. But obeisances is extremely important. Unless we do Mangalacharan, and within that we don't do pranam to our Guru, our Lord, our seniors, we don't get the benefit of it. So Rupa Goswami, before starting the book, is also doing pranam. How many pranams he is doing? There's no right and wrong answers. Thank you. Even if you say wrong, I'm telling you, don't worry about it. We're all learning in a family. We're just revising before exam. So if we have exam next week, we're just revising. No right and wrong. 3. Someone said 3. Can you define if possible?
So obeisances to the Lord is
Thank you.
112. Obeisances to Guru 113.
Thank you.
And obeisances to the great devotees 114.
Thank you. Very nice, Prabhuji. Huh? So this is a sort of a standard principle. So you should offer obeisances to Lord, you should offer obeisances to Guru and to devotees. Huh? And that's what we also do it. Maybe the verses are different. And Vinay Prabhu also taught the verse numbers, which is nice. Huh? 2, 3, and 4. So if we follow this principle in our life, we're always doing obeisances. We are under the radar of Lord, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Huh? Then our activities will be very fruitful, meaningful. Otherwise, they will be meaningless. We may get a lot of fame, but that fame has no meaning unless that is coming under the blessings of our Guru Maharaj or seniors. Invoking blessings. What does this mean? What's the Sanskrit word of that is? Everyone has seen that. Ashirvad. Thank you. What does Ashirvad mean?
Blessings.
Yeah, that's a translation. More?
Good.
Basically, we are.
So in this context, what does invoking blessing mean?
So Prabhu, just like gopis are attracted to Krishna in the same way, by reading the book, we all get attracted to Krishna.
Thank you, Mata. So this is the blessings given by the author. So author gives blessings. The speaker is giving the blessings. So speaker is Sutta Goswami. Also we see in Srimad Bhagavatam is giving blessings. Shaunaka Rishi, he is also giving blessings. So many Maitreya Rishi, he is giving blessings. So many places you will see the speaker is giving blessings. So here the author, the speaker of this book, author of this book is also giving blessings. That's told by Divya Mataji. Okay, so do we understand this? So this is not just the NOD thing. This is our life and soul. So if we have this solid foundation, we're doing Mangalacharan in every activity of our life, not just when we give class. In every activity, even when you wake up and doing your arti, starting your day, starting your work, starting to serve your family, this Mangalacharan is my service to the Lord based on these. There's a Vastu Nirdesh, there's an objective to that, there is an obeisances part to it. Again, it can be explicit or implicit, but the principle is maintained. For my Lord's pleasure, for my Guru's pleasure, for devotee's pleasure, I'm going to go to work and earn some money which can be used in Krishna's seva and invoking blessings. Okay, so that's nice. Let's go to 1.1.11. So this is one of the Paribhasha Sutra, not one of the, this is the Paribhasha Sutra. Anyone remembers the definition of Paribhasha Sutra? Someone else who has not spoken, if possible. Nam Avatar Prabhu? I'm not sure whether you have spoken, but I just saw.
Yeah, bro, that is the verse which actually summarizes the gist of the whole text. So we have Bhagavad Gita, we have a Paribhasha Sutra, same for Bhagavatam, and this is for Nectar of Devotion.
Thank you, Prabhu. So through that verse, you can look at the whole book. It summarizes the whole gist of the book. And any verse which seems to be apparent contradiction through the normal philosophy, you have to look through this verse. Like in Bhagavatam, you will see somewhere Lord Shiva is called as Bhagwan. Narad Muni is called as Bhagwan. Agastya Muni is called as Bhagwan. But what does the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam says? What is the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam? Sundar Gopal Prabhu.
Yete Chams Kalan Pushpan, Krishnastu Bhagavan Sir.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Number?
Sorry, bro?
Number?
1328.
Thank you so much. So it says Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So there may be other Bhagavans, Narad Muni, because they carry Bhagavan in their heart. So they are also called sometimes as Bhagavan. But Swayam Bhagavan, they are not Swayam Bhagavan. There can be other Bhagavans. Lord Shiva is carrying Bhagavan. Many devotees are carrying Bhagavan in their heart. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So anytime we feel an apparent contradiction, we have to go through the Paribhasha Sutra, then every contradiction can be resolved very, very easily. Sometimes people get confused, but actually Shastra is very, very clear. Okay, so this verse we all know. Who can expand on this verse? Priya Mata, would you like to? Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Can you expand on this verse, whatever we have studied? And
expanding on that one. Prabhu, no, I'm not
no
sure.
problem.
Sorry.
Absolutely okay. Who would like? Prema Bhakti Mataji. I'm just sort of trying to get everyone to speak something. Anything. You don't have to say the full thing, half thing, quarter thing, right thing, wrong thing. Everything is fine.
So I remember that it is like two characteristics,
Thank you. Thank you. You are there.
primary and secondary.
Thank you, Mata. You are there. You've done 90%. 10 more. Primary and secondary. Which are the primary, Mataji? Which are the secondary, if you remember anything?
I think primary is Anukulyena Krishnanu. I don't remember.
Haribol. Thank you. Mother Prema Bhakti knows everything.
No, Prabhu,
Okay,
I
Mata.
don't know. And
Secondary characters.
Anyaviharsita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam is the
So
second.
how many are total characteristics, Mataji? Can you count?
This is Anukulyena Krishnanu. Anukulyena Krishnanu Sheelanam.
Yes. So how many are there?
How many are there?
Who can tell how many characteristics are there? Mataji has already told everything, actually.
5, Prabhu.
Thank you. I was putting my hand, blinking my hand on the screen. Okay. Now, can you please number it, Prabhuji?
1 is Krishna.
Prabhu, same help in the examination also, Prabhu.
We'll see. Okay.
1 is
Yes, sir.
Krishna.
1 is Krishna. Okay.
Then Anushilanam.
Anushilanam. Okay. Keep going.
Anukulena.
Anukulena. Okay. These are the secondary characteristics.
Primary.
Primary. Who can tell the Sanskrit name of primary characteristic?
Sorry, this is primary or secondary? I'm getting confused.
Sarupa Lakshana.
Sarupa Lakshana.
Thank you.
Sarupa Lakshana.
Sarupa Lakshan. Sarupa Lakshan. Again, it's fine. You can write in exam primary or secondary, but I'm saying you should know these things. Sarupa Lakshan. Sarup means primary. And what are the 3 primary? Prasannatam Prabhu is a bit confused, and that's okay.
Sure.
Yes, Mata, you said rightly. Yes, say more. So they are the primary. Prasannatam Prabhu, you are right. Don't get confused. The second line is the primary characteristic, and the first line is the secondary characteristic. Okay, so now you can remember. Not need the definition, right? So Sarup Lakshan and Tatastha Lakshan. Tatastha means secondary characteristics. So you can remember these very easy words are there. The primary are Krishna, as you correctly said, Anushilanam and Anukulyan. Tatastha Lakshan. How many are there? Who can say? Acharya Nishtha Prabhu?
2, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Can you expand? The names? Just the names.
Anavilashita Shunyam.
Thank you.
And Jnana Karmandira Anavritam.
Thank you. So they are the 2 secondary characteristics. Who can expand on the definition of primary characteristic? 3 are there. So Krishna, it was already on the screen. Someone else? Satyava Mata? Try.
Secondary, Prabhu?
Primary expansion. So we already know the names of them.
Yes.
So we know Krishna, we know Anukulena, we know Anushilena. Can you meaning those words? What does
Prabhu,
Krishna mean?
Krishna means, Prabhu, serving to Krishna.
Serving to Krishna? Maybe not.
Devotional service to Krishna.
More. What does Krishna word mean here, which we have read here?
The attraction, Prabhu, all attractive.
Just a step before. You're right, Mata. Just one step. What does Krishna word include? First, we have to define that word Krishna itself. Then what we do with that Krishna, that's secondary thing. Krishna word includes. Anyone remembers?
Happiness.
Krishna himself, his direct
Supreme personality.
expansions, and his pure devotees.
Thank you, Akhanda Prabhuji. So Krishna word includes Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his expansions, and the pure devotees. So first we have to understand what's the category, the whole category, huh? So what's the full bucket is like, and then we can do something about it, huh? So first we have to understand our love has to be targeted to Krishna, his expansions, and his pure devotees, huh? That's the word explanation of word Krishna. Okay, to this Krishna, what we have to do, Anushilanam and Anukulena, right? So what
Yes.
does Anushilanam mean as per Prabhupada?
Prabhu, Anushilanam means engaging the activities for Krishna.
Thank you. So Prabhupada said it's not a passive meditation, it's an active cultivation. So devotional service is not like, okay, you're sitting and imagination about Krishna. No. Get down to work. Huh? We have to do some work, some activity, which, okay, now I'll let you explain. Yes, Anushilanam.
And so Anushilanam is doing the devotional service and actively engaging ourselves for the
Thank you,
service
Mata.
of Krishna.
Yeah.
And then Anukulyena means with the pure bhava, with the favorable intent to serve Krishna, not just for the sake of doing it, but with complete bhav and with pure intention to serve
To
Krishna.
please Krishna, basically.
To please Krishna, yes.
Any examples you remember, Mataji?
Um,
For Anukulyan, which we discussed in the class,
mm,
sort of clarifies this word.
Prabhu, I can just give, I don't remember the exact one
That's
which we
okay.
remember in
That's
the
okay.
class, but for example, someone is given the service to please Krishna in the temple, but someone might be just doing it under the pressure or something. But if somebody is doing it with love, no, Prabhu, I want to do the service for Krishna. That's coming from the heart, and this is genuinely to please Krishna.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's
I could
nice.
say that.
So we can also expand on it. That's also correct, Mataji. We can expand on the example of Mustik and Charun who are fighting with Krishna. They're also giving pleasure to Krishna. But their intent is not to please Krishna. Their intent is to kill Krishna. Mother Yashoda binding Krishna. The activity looks very unfavorable. You're binding someone, huh? You're sort of not pleasing. But that service is also is to please Krishna. So that is considered Anukulyan. But fighting of Chanur and Mushtik is not considered Anukulyan. Shishupal is also remembering Krishna day and night. He's extremely Krishna conscious. Kansa, extremely Krishna conscious. But can we say their emotions are bhakti? No,
No.
we can't say that. Huh? They wanted to kill Krishna. They hated Krishna. They envied Krishna. They were fearful of Krishna. So this sort of expands on that meaning. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice, huh? Random, but you did it. Now, who can expand on Tatastha Lakshan? Ira Mataji. Try.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
There are two characteristics. One is Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, which means devotional service which is free from any ulterior motive. And second one is Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, which is devotional service which is not covered by any philosophical or any fruitive actions or pursuits.
Thank you, Mata. Very nice. Huh? You have just said it absolutely rightly. Just one more question comes to my mind. Anya Bhilashita Shunyam. Can you break this into 3 words? Anyone? Any?
Anya means any other. Abhilasha is like desire, any desire, and Shunyam is zero. Any desire which is not related to Krishna. Like that zero desire, anything which is जो भगवान के विपरीत है उससे दूर.
Thank you. You forgot one word, one letter, Mataji, there. Can you say again? Huh? Abhilashita. It's not Abhilasha, it is Abhilashita. What's the difference between Abhilasha and Abhilashita?
प्रभु today only I was reading हमें बिल्कुल याद नहीं आ रहा है.
बिल्कुल याद नहीं. That's all right. No problem at all.
One is
Motive.
the
It's
motive.
not a desire, it's the motive. So desire, having desire is okay. Huh? What is the motive? We already said the answer, Mataji, which is correct. Our motive should be pure. Motive should be pure. If motive is not pure, then even the sort of externally speaking pure things are impure. But if your motive is pure, Mother Yashoda's motive was pure. Huh? So this is called pure devotional service. Okay, let's move to the first one. So we have sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, prema bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is considered as like a bud, kali of a flower. Bhava is just little bit opening of that bud, and Prema Bhakti is a fully blossomed flower. Here is the nice lotus flower. Okay, characteristics of pure devotional service. This is also very, very important. How many characteristics are there? Anyone remembers that verse? Half, quarter, 1/10. Ira Mataji raising the hand. You want to say it?
There are 6 characteristics.
Thank you, Mata. You can read it, it's okay. I'm not expecting you to know everything in your heart.
Which one was first one?
Kleshagni.
Kleshagni.
Moksha Lagutakrit Sudurlabha Shri
Sandra.
Nanda
Visheshatma.
Visheshatma Shri Krishna Karshini.
Chasa. Thank you, Mata. Very nice. You know the whole verse actually. Very good. So these are the 6 characteristics given by Srila Rupa Goswami. We'll just expand on each. Kleshagni. Who can tell Kleshagni? Anyone? Jaldi. Ramya Mata.
So devotional service, which brings immediate relief.
Thank you. Kleshagni. If you perform devotional service, it brings immediate relief to material suffering.
Material distress.
Kleshagni. Shubhada. What does Shubhada mean? Someone else.
It bestows auspiciousness.
Bestowed auspicious. What does auspiciousness mean?
Auspiciousness to everyone.
Thank you, Divya Mataji. More? You're correct? Shubhada. What does Shubhada mean? So it gives auspiciousness to everyone?
Like blessings. Actively, it brings
The
blessings.
beginning of the auspicious.
The bhakti is the beginning of all us.
Okay, more. What does auspiciousness mean? That's what my question is. It is correct. Bhakti brings auspiciousness in our life.
Krishna consciousness is only the welfare activity for amongst all the other activities. Krishna consciousness is the only welfare activity, the purest, the highest welfare activity.
Okay. Correct. More. It's given in the discussion actually, so I'm not asking anything outside.
It is all beneficial, all attractive, and all inclusive, and brings all good qualities.
Harivo, these are the 4 qualities given for auspiciousness or Shubhada. So we have to remember what does Shubh mean. So otherwise Shubh becomes very relative word, isn't it? I may like something or someone, this Shubh for me. This person is very auspicious for me. But this person may be very inauspicious for other people. So we have to understand what does Shubh mean. These Shubh means 4 things. Shubhada. Kleshagni Shubhada. Moksha Lagtakrat. This is very easy, right? Anyone can do that. Moksha Lagtakrat. Who wants to say that?
With different kinds of liberation.
What does
As
Moksha
Bhagavatam.
Lagtakrat mean, Prabhu? Yep. So different kinds of liberations. Moksha Lagtakrat. What does it mean?
Any kind of liberation for the devotee is very small.
It derides liberation. Bhakti derides liberation. So if you have any importance of moksha or any types of liberation in your mind, by performing bhakti, you will get those feelings out of your mind. So it derides the liberation. And we will read the whole chapter is on that. Sudurlabha. This is very simple. Who can break this word? Anyone? We have to go fast. Yes, Prabhu. He has not spoken as yet. Sudurlabha. This is the very easy word. You can just break it down.
So it's very difficult. So
To break it down? Yes, Prabhu, you are right. So, Durlabh mane?
Rare.
Very, very, very rare. Sudurlabha. Very, very. Bhakti is extremely rare.
Rarest.
Prabhuji, would you know why bhakti is so rare?
Because
Any ideas?
Because it's not that easy.
Huh?
Not that easy to get.
Not that easy to get? That's the question. Why? It's not easy to get. Bhakti is very, very rare.
Prabhu, it's unattainable by one's own efforts. You can only obtain by Krishna's mercy or by pure devotees' mercy.
Thank you, Mataji. And one step more on top of that, this is the first one. This is correct. It's only given. You cannot attain.
Krishna is sold for the one who has got this.
That's why Krishna doesn't give, right? He has to become the slave of that person. Who would like to become slave? So Krishna doesn't give that very, very easily unless he tests you properly. When you're completely mature devotee, then he says, okay, take me, and I will dance on your words. Gopis are asking Krishna to dance. सुरेश दिनेश गणेश महेश ध्यान लगावे पर पार न पावे तातो ब्रज की छोहरिया छंचिया बर छाछ पे नाच नचावे. You understand? Suresh, who is Suresh? Indra, Suresh, Dinesh is Surya, Suresh, Dinesh, Ganesh, Mahesh means Shiva, Ganesh means Ganesh, Suresh, Dinesh, Ganesh, Mahesh, Dhyan lagave par par na pave. They are constantly doing dhyana, but they cannot understand Krishna. तातो ब्रज की छोहरियां ब्रज बालास द लिटिल गर्ल्स ऑफ वृंदावन ब्रज की छछियां बर छाछ में छोटी सी छाछ जस्ट अ बाउल फुल ऑफ छाछ बटर मिल्क छछिया बर छाछ पे नाच नचावे कृष्णा हैज टू डांस एंड दे विद द स्टिक्स एंड कृष्णा डांस नाच कृष्णा नाच एंड कृष्णा इज डांसिंग व्हाई he wants to get that buttermilk, 1 cup full of buttermilk. So who cannot be attained even by the great meditation of yogis for crores and crores of birth. He's attained by this Braj Chohariya, the Braj Vadhus, because their love for Krishna is so pure. Sudurlabha. Okay, Sandrananda. Sandrananda Visheshatma. Who can say? Everyone has spoken today? Anyway, anyone can say again.
Condensed bliss. Condensed bliss, Prabhu.
Condensed bliss.
Condensed
Can you
bliss.
define that, please, Prabhuji? As per what we have read.
Pure devotional service, attain the prema.
Yes. It gives a bliss which is unimaginable. So in this material world, the maximum pleasure they say is male-female attraction, but higher than that, it says, is Swarglok attraction. Higher than that is I think Dev Guru's attraction, and higher than that is Brahmananda, and higher than that is Premananda. So in front of Premananda, even Brahmananda seems like a drop, and in front of Brahmananda, this world Ananda, Sansarananda, is actually nothing. So you experience that much bliss, which is sort of out of our imagination at the moment. Sandra. And last one, Sri Krishna Akarshani. Who can expand on that? It's very simple. Sri Krishna Akarshani, the word itself says everything.
Pure devotion service only means to attract Krishna.
Thank you. Only by pure devotional service you can attract Krishna. Otherwise, there is nothing which Krishna lacks. You can only attract a person which is lacking, right? So suppose a person doesn't have money. If you have a lot of money, he gets attracted towards you. A person is very ugly. You have a lot of beauty, material beauty. He gets attracted towards you. You are in very powerful position. He gets attracted. But Krishna is Bhagavan. He is the topmost in all the 6 bhagas. So how can you impress that Bhagavan? Only one thing says that Bhagavan doesn't have. What does he doesn't have? His own bhakti. So Bhagavan doesn't have bhakti. Bhaktas have bhakti. Bhakti sanjayate bhakti. Bhakti comes from bhakta, not Bhagavan. Bhagavan himself does not give bhakti. Who gives bhakti of Bhagavan? His bhaktas give that bhakti. So when these bhaktas who love Krishna so much, Krishna gives the key of his own prema, of his own dhana, the main dhan. He says, you take the key, you become my power of attorney, and you distribute this love to everyone. And when these jivas, these conditioned jiva has this love, I can become very attracted towards them because they have this bhakti which I personally don't have, Krishna doesn't have. So this is called Sri Krishna Akarshani Chasa. So only means to attract Krishna. Okay, very quickly, I'm sure you all know all that. So in sadhana, there are 2 qualities which gets experienced, you can say, in a smaller quantity, but they do get kleshagni, all the material sufferings starts going, and shubhata. It brings auspiciousness to your life and in others' life as well. Not in 100%, but in some degree. When you go to bhava stage, the kleshagni and shubda, all obviously they go in a higher degree, in a deeper manifestation, and also 2 new qualities come in. Moksha labdakrat, you have no tendency for moksha actually, very little tendency, and sudurlabha. And when you go to prema bhakti, 100% of all these 6 characteristics get manifested. The first stages of devotion, I'll not go too much here. So how does it start? It says bhakti starts in a continuation from a previous lives basically. So we all have done some sukrati, some service to a devotee or to Krishna in our past life. That's why we are here. But you can say, where does it start? So what's the answer? By the interference of a devotee. When a devotee comes in our life goes upside down, isn't it? Did we come to Sydney for becoming a devotee, shave our head, put a tilak and dhoti and sari? I didn't come Sydney for that, I'll be very honest. I came here for my studies and to earn dollars, green notes. Dollar mein kamana hai. Anyway, Krishna had a bigger plan. Huh? So I think most of us came here for a different purpose, but Krishna had a very auspicious purpose. So Krishna sent some devotee, and when devotee came in our life finished. Our life finished from that day. Huh? So when devotee comes and interfere in the conditioning, soul's conditioning, he or she starts some sukriti towards Krishna. And as soon as this jiva starts some sukriti, some agyat sukriti to start with, then they experience some joy. Then they perform more seva, then more joy, more seva and more joy. And slowly one day, Krishna takes over the whole life. As Keshav Maharaj always say, devotees are always the agents of Vaman Dev. Initially, they only ask little place in your house. Huh? Just take Radha Gopinath photo, put it on your book table or your dining table, wherever. Just one little book. Then little book comes. Then one mala comes, and then two mala come. Then Ekadashi come, and before you even know, Sola mala comes, and before you know, before 3 years, you are initiated as well. And then you have nowhere else to go. Pura phasa liya. So this is the beauty of devotees. Okay, so causeless mercy. And why he is giving mercy? Causeless mercy. He does not expect anything from you. When he gives you a book or gives you mala, calls you for the temple festival or program, he has no ulterior motive except one motive, that this jiva should also become purified and be happy forever. Taste means attraction to Krishna. When we call it mercy, 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 mercy means how attracted you are towards Krishna. Your advancement will be judged by not how many shlokas you know, how many degrees you have, but how much taste you have for Krishna, how much attraction you have for Krishna. My Guru Maharaj gave very simple definition. He said, the more you can sacrifice Krishna, the more you are advanced. So devotee does sacrifice for Krishna. So if you are sacrificing little, which is good, but someone, and you can see in many cases, many Maharaj, you just sacrifice their whole life. Bhakti Charu Maharaj, one example, he said, Prabhupada said to him when he was explaining in class that Prabhupada asked him, you have given so many lives to Krishna, just give one life. Sorry, you have given many lives to Maya, just give one life to Krishna, just one life. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj said, yeah, he said, just asking little. And he took over the whole thing. Huh? Okay, let's move forward. Two divisions of sadhana bhakti. We all know Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. What does Vaidhi bhakti mean? Anyone can expand?
Following according to the regulations.
Thank you, Mataji. And what does Raganuga mean?
Natural love for Krishna.
Thank you.
Through
Natural,
spontaneous.
spontaneous. Thank you. So in Vaidhi bhakti, the instructions of scriptures or a sadhu or a spiritual master is coming in place, and Raganuga bhakti, it's very spontaneous seva you want to do. You're not finishing your round. You are constantly chanting Hare Krishna. This is the definition of Vaidhi Bhakti, very beautiful definition as per Rupa Goswami 126, where the actions of Bhakti arise not from attainment of Raga, but by the teachings of Scripture. It is called Vaidhi Bhakti, Vidhi Vidhan ki Bhakti, Bhakti by rules and regulations. Nice statement of Prabhupada. When there is no attachment or no spontaneous loving service to the Lord, or one is engaged in the service of Lord simply out of obedience to the order of spiritual master, such obligatory service is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Satyama Mataji just was talking about this cleaning seva, just doing with some obligation or duty. In this chapter, Prabhupada said a very nice verse. What is the chief regulative principle? Smritabhya satam Vishnu vismrityo na jatuche. So this is very, very important verse from Padma Purana. All rules are meant so that you can remember Krishna, and everything else. Sarve vidhi nishedasyor etayor eva kinkara. Kinkara means servant. All the vidhis, all the regulations should come under this rule. If a rule distracts you from remembering Krishna, that rule should be rejected. But if the rule is inspiring you to remember Krishna, to remembering Guru or devotional service, that rule is very, very nice. So this should be at the forefront of our mind, that Smritabhya Sadatam Vishnu. In all activities, in all time, place, and circumstances, we should align ourselves in such a way that we can remember Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Okay. Chapter 3, eligibility of the candidate for accepting devotional service. What is that eligibility? So Prabhupada talks about generally people consider vairagya as the eligibility, but vairagya can be an obstruction in our path. So bhoga or tyaga, both in extremity, are bad. If someone is too much attached to the material world, he will become a karmi, right? If someone is too detached from the material world, he will become a jnani. So Bhakta, this is a nice reference given in 1128, very beautiful verse. Yadrachaya mat kathada jat shraddha tu yah puman na nirvinno na ati asakto bhakti yogosya siddhi daha. So if you read the third line, Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, na nirvinno na ati asakto. Ati asakt means too much attached, nirvinna too much detached. So Krishna himself says he should neither be too much attached nor too much detached. If he has jata shraddha, somehow he has shraddha, yadrachaya, he has some shraddha for my mat kathado, towards my katha, towards my glories. If he has some shraddha somehow, bhakti yogosya siddhida, if he perform bhakti yoga with that shraddha, he can be perfected in this life. Vishwanath Thakur explains what is this yadrachaya means. Yadrachaya means sadhu sangha, sadhu sangha, sadhu sangha. So if you have a good association of devotees, that will inspire you to become a good devotee. So if you want to, as Prabhupada said, if you hang out with drunkards, you will become drunkard. If you hang out with smokers, you will become a smoker. So if you want to become devotee, what do you have to do? Hang out with devotees. Here, hanging out mean discussing about Krishna consciousness, clarifying your doubts. Association with Mahatmas who are 100% engaged in devotional service. That's the key. That's the key. Okay, this chapter also explains 3 types of devotees according to their faith and knowledge. We all know that Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and Kanishta Adhikari. So from Kanishta, if you say the faith is very, very weak, easily swayed, they can Hare Krishna today and Hare Rama tomorrow. Hare Rama here means, just gone off to some other organization or they started chanting something else. Their knowledge is very weak. They cannot offer any arguments to opposing opinion. And that's one of the reasons why people leave Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there is no reason. There is no reason. If you read Prabhupada books, you cannot leave. You cannot leave Krishna consciousness. But sometimes it happens. Madhyam Adhikari, he is strong. His faith is very, very strong. He is fully convinced. He may not be able to offer the opposing arguments. Huh? If a question is asked, he may not have full knowledge of Shastra, but he will still be Krishna conscious. Huh? So Prabhupada said we should at least be Madhyam Adhikari. There are different definitions, but here we're just talking from this perspective. Huh? So if we're performing our devotional service nicely, we should have full conviction in Krishna and in Shastra. Huh? Uttam Adhikari, his faith is the strongest. It's like a bargad tree. Bargad tree. You cannot uproot it because you don't know where the roots are coming from. And his knowledge is extremely strong. He can defeat all the opposing arguments. Huh? Faith means, what is the definition of faith? Faith means conviction that the goal of life is to please Krishna. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe Sudhrada Nishaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarv Karma Kratahaya. So if we are performing Krishna Bhakti, Sarv Karma Krat, I have performed everything. No, abhi hame Gaya jana hai, abhi Prayagraj jana hai, abhi Kumbh nahana hai. We have to go this place, that place. Everything is done. That is called Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe. You have the devotee have that Vishwas, that Drada Vishwas. Krishna Bhakti Kaile, if I am doing Krishna Bhakti properly, Sarva Karm Kratva, you are not indebted to anyone. A normal jiva is indebted to 6 jivas. But a Krishna conscious person, full Krishna conscious person, full surrendered devotee is not obliged to anyone for anything. Everything is done. Krishna looks after him. Narsingadev said to Prahlad Maharaj, when Prahlad Maharaj requested Narsingadev to forgive his father. And Narsingadev said, what to speak of forgiving your father? Your 21 generations are liberated. 21 generations. Why? Because you are a devotee. Now, who can give a better gift to his ancestors more than this? So if we perform some bhakti nicely, that's the best gift we can give to our family, to our forefathers, even to our future generations. Lord Shiva once in Padma Puran is written, was going with Mother Parvati on Nandi, going on Bhumandal, on Bhuloka, on Prithvi, on earthly planets. So at one place, he stopped the Nandi in the sky, obviously like a helicopter, you can say, and he came down. He started rolling on the ground. Buddha Parthi said, "What happened?" And he said, "Thousands of years ago, a devotee performed tapasya here. So this place is so purified. So with the dust of the devotee who performed tapasya thousands of years ago, I am purifying myself with the dust of that devotee who performed the tapasya here thousands of years ago." Parthi Mata said, "Okay, I'll do pranam here as well." Parthi Mata did pranam. Sankarji rolled on the ground. He came back on Nandi after some time. He stopped Nandi again. He went, started rolling again on the ground. Parthi said, "Ab kya hua? Which bhakta performed tapasya here?" He said, "No bhakta has performed tapasya here." Parthi Mata said, "So why are you rolling?" He said, "Many thousands years ago, later, a bhakta will perform tapasya here." So the sthan is so purified where a bhakta is there. So you should never underestimate a bhakta. There's nothing like, yeah, he's a devotee, he's a non-devotee. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says, I call it prospective devotee, not a non-devotee, because there is no such thing called non-devotee. Everyone is a devotee. A devotee or a prospective devotee. Devotee means who has realized, work in progress. A prospective devotee. He has not realized yet, but he is still coming. He's coming. So Shankarji is sort of proving any devotee in past, present, or future is extremely important. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Kaschid yatati. Very few people chant Hare Krishna. So when you find a person who's chanting Hare Krishna, offer your obeisances. That Prabhu, that Jiva is very auspicious, very, very rare. He has that faith in Krishna. Okay, then Rupa Goswami talks about the witches of karma and jnana. This is also very beautiful. Again, coming from Indian background, we can say many times we have these tendencies. Bhukti mukti spraha yavat pisachi hridi vartate. So Rupa Goswami is calling bhukti and mukti. Ispraha means desire, trishna of bhukti and mukti. Bhukti means bhog bhogna hai. I want to enjoy. Mukti means I want to get liberated. If we have these desires, Rupa Goswami is saying, I'm not saying, pisachi. Pisachi. In Hindi, they call it chudal. So a pretty strong word he is using. But that's what Rupa Goswami is saying, pisachi hindi vartate. If you have the bhavana in your heart, pisachi. Actually, in your heart, what is there? Pisachi. Chudal is there. Take it out. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see bhukti mukti, siddhi kami sakale ashant, Krishna bhakta nishkam ataiva shanta. So if you are bhukti kami means bhogne ki bhavana, same thing. Siddhi kami, mukti kami, sakale ashant. Now Avatar Prabhu knows the definition of sakala. Sakal means all of them. Akhil, sakal. So sakale ashant. If you have any material desire, if you have in your heart, will you be shant? No, because you are constantly focusing, I have to buy that car, I have to buy that house, I have to become CEO, this, that. You have to pursue that desire, you have to work pretty hard. Siddhi chahiye. You want to get siddhi. Do you think it's very, very easy? For hundreds of years, people, I saw some article, I did not read it. Someone taking a Agni bath. Agni bath means fire bath in Kumbh Mela. I did not see it, but it just came up. Yes, there are yogis who can sleep on fire. Do you think it happened overnight? Well, I don't know how many years they would have done tapasya, but as soon as they die, the siddhi is gone. All the tapasya of walking over the water or taking fire bath, it's all gone. So bhukti, mukti, mukti ki इच्छा करने वाले, सिद्धि की इच्छा करने वाले, भुक्ति की इच्छा करने वाले, सकले अशांत, they are all ashant because the desire is in their heart. कृष्ण भक्ता निष्काम, वो बिंदास है, कोई चिंता नहीं है. Who will feed me tomorrow? Krishna is there. Who will feed me tonight? Krishna is there. He does his duty. Not that he is an irresponsible person. He does his duty, but he's not doing chinta. If a food doesn't come, he's like, okay, Jagannath ji want me to fast today, I'll fast today. Jagannath ji sends me 12. It happens sometimes. You'll get 4 programs invitation on the same day, and one day you'll have nothing in your fridge. आज खाना पकाना है. There's no time. It happens. Sometimes the fridge is overloaded. Ask devotees in Kartik Mas. They stack not only in their fridge, in the freezer itself. And as soon as the Kartik finishes, the freezer things comes out. In programs, they go, when the devotee offers the dabba, which they can't eat, they come back home, they put in the freezer. I've heard about it. I've not done it as yet. But you know what I'm saying. Freezer is completely filled on. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Atayv Shant. Okay, Sakhi Radhika Mataji, if you'd like to add something.
Prabhu, I just have a quick question.
Sure.
Verses like these, whenever I come across, I have not like I don't understand. There are verses which says even somebody chants one round, he's a Vaishnava.
Yes.
And there are verses which says that women are like Jackal. I understand the context of why that is mentioned. That's absolutely clear. But my question is how to draw a balance. So one way we realize, oh my God, there's so many anarthas, and one way it is extreme where it says, oh, we are doing so well. We are on the like we know we are on the right path,
Yeah.
but it shows that we are very very good. So how to draw a balance?
Basically, Mataji, if your child is not studying at all, to encourage the child, you'll give him some carrot, isn't it? Even if you study, one day I'll give you a chocolate or I'll take you to Disneyland or whatever, something like that, right? But if a child is working hard, he's got 80%, what he will say, beta, work harder. You have to get 100%. You have to get admission in IIT, in medicals. Huh? So it's like that. So Shastra gives both. In 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami is saying, even one name of Krishna chanted unconsciously, Istobham Helenam Evacha. Even if you're joking or mocking, ridiculing someone by Krishna, look at these Hare Krishna. Ha 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 ha. They're coming again on the streets. Huh? Like that. You're mocking them, ridiculing them. Even that chanting is very, very nice. And the same time, every morning after Tulsi Aarti, what you read? Bahu janma karyate shravan kirtanat, tabu tana paya Krishna pate premadhana. For many, many births, you can chant the name of Krishna, but still you will not get Krishna Prema. So both verses in Shastra are there. So because the range of devotees are there, range of sincerity is there. So Shastra gives both. But Shastra in one sense is all inclusive, all inclusive. It does not eliminate anyone. If you don't follow my God, you go to hell forever and burn there forever. Our Shastra doesn't say like that. Their Shastra may say. Our Shastra says anyone from any place, in any situation can start the bhakti. But yesham tantakatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dradvrataha. So how do you do drada bhakti? Yesham tantakatam papam. Your pap has to finish. Jananam punya karmanam. So there's a range. So starting point is there and the sustenance is there. And then there's the perfection. So all three has to be done. So first you have to origin, start your bhakti. Say, okay, bas come to temple Sunday evening. Aao khana khao, chale jao. Free khana, free khana, free dance as well, huh? So that's where you start. But then you sustain one mala, two mala, three mala, then you perfect. Then you take shelter of your guru. And guru chastises you sometime. You're not doing this nicely, and you should do this and that way, like that. And then guru becomes demanding. You have to go to China for preaching. Prabhupada once he asked his disciple. He was in Vrindavan for a long time, and Prabhupada said, "Why are you here? Why are you not going for preaching?" And he said, "Prabhupada, I'm enjoying Vrindavan." And Prabhupada said, "Prabhupada, in Vrindavan is for the enjoyment of Krishna, not for you. You have to go." He said, "But Prabhupada, I've preached in so many places. Where can I go?" Prabhupada said, "Go to Pakistan." No, first, I think he said, "Go to Sri Lanka." First, he said, "Go to Sri Lanka." And he said, "Sri Lanka, such a small country." So Prabhupada said, "Acha, go to Pakistan." And then he thought about it and said, "Nahi, Sri Lanka hi theek hai." I'll go to Sri Lanka. So it's like that. Guru has to sometimes push the disciples. Prabhupada said, "My Guru pushed me, I am pushing you." He's telling Tamal Krishna Maharaj or Jayapataka Maharaj. And he says, "I'm pushing you, and then tomorrow you have to push others." Huh? So it's a starting point, sustenance point, and point of perfection. Is that okay? Okay, let's move forward. One who has a desire for mukti, liberation, and bhakti sense gratification is described as being haunted by ghosts and witches. He cannot relish the transcendental taste of devotional service. A haunted person is not free to act as he likes. He is forced to fulfill the desires of the ghost or witch who possesses him. Similarly, one who is haunted by desire of bhakti or mukti cannot act on the platform of bhakti. Okay, so we have to understand this point. We are not doing bhakti for any sort of bhakti or mukti. By performing Krishna bhakti, and our lifestyle will change. I'll get a bigger house, I'll get a bigger job. What to speak of bigger house, a bigger job? Even your own house and own job can be taken away. Yasyaham anugrahanami harishye tad dhanam sanaiha. As soon as I bestow my pure devotional service, Prema Bhakti Mata, what happens? I take everything away. I take everything away. Sorry, I'm trying to grab the attention. That's all. So as soon as it says, when Krishna likes you, he gives you the thing. And when he loves you, he takes the thing away. He takes the things away. So when he's taking things away from you, do not get scared. He's loving you actually. He's loving you. He's giving you a special attention, a special exam for a special person, which is going to come 18th of May for all of you. Your own special, special exam is coming for all the special devotees sitting here. So Krishna is a very special lover. He loves you in a very unique way. So don't get scared. Don't get scared. He's very powerful. He's very, very powerful. But he wants to know, are we liking him or we are here for bhakti or mukti? Acharya Nishtha Prabhu, 28. Did I say that? So if I said, reverting it back to 18th of May.
Make it 28, Prabhu. That's good.
Okay, we'll have a part 2. Is that okay, Prabhu? Prasanatha Prabhu? Part 1 on 18th. Okay, you want to do part 2? Most welcome. Okay, now next chapter. Chapter 4. Devotional service surpasses all liberation. So similar thing, we are reading the whole chapter. So this is one of the shortest chapter where Rupa Goswami is just giving quotes. If I'm not wrong, 27 verses he has quoted in this particular chapter. And first thing is saying devotees reject material opulence. I'll not read all, just maybe few. So Shukdev Goswami explained to Maharaj Bharat, he was an Uttam Adhikari. He easily gave up all material comforts. An analogy is given, which Sakhi Radhika Mataji was telling last week. As a person, after passing out stool, does not get any attraction towards it. This is in Bhagavatam. Similarly, Bharat Maharaj gave all the comforts of his life, which we can aspire for. He was the king of the whole world. He had big armies, beautiful and chaste wives, very good children. Everyone was loving him. Every citizen loved Bharat Maharaj, and he gave it up. For what? He said, I want to practice Krishna conscious 24/7. You guys are distracting me. Imagine the mindset of Bharat Maharaj. Imagine our mindset. Just do a little comparison. How much Krishna conscious he was. Huh? Anyway, Prahlad saying to his schoolmate 7:625, devotees can fulfill all their innermost desire by pleasing Krishna because devotional service includes everything. So even if you have some material desire, like Dhruv Maharaj, akama sarva kamava moksha kama udardi tivren bhakti yogena yajet purusham param. Whether you are akami means no material desire, sarvakami, you have all the material desire. Mukti kami, akama sarva kamava moksha kami, you are moksha kami, you want to get liberation. Akama Sarokamosh Kamodardi Tivren Bhakti Yogena. What you should do? Any one of these 3 categories you are. What you should do? Tivren Bhakti Yogena. You should perform Bhakti Yoga with Tivrata, with intensity. No casual devotion, serious devotion. Serious devotion. Life is serious. Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj says, very nicely, he says, we should not take this life too seriously because the serious things on the other side. Kadam Kanan Maharaj also says, you should take serious things seriously. The problem is we take unserious things very seriously. This life we take very, very seriously. And Keshav Maharaj said, this life is like a virtual game. You're all avatar. This Hemanga Chaitanya avatar, this avatar, that avatar, they will all be lost. When the game finishes, it will all be lost. So we take this virtual reality as reality. Now, like a boy who's, playing some video game, he becomes very excited when he wins over his enemy. We become very excited. Aaj promotion ho gaya. Today we got a bonus. Today I purchased my 5th property of 5-bedroom house. Today I've purchased my 3rd car, this and that, and photos on the Facebook. This is all virtual reality. It will all be left behind very, very soon. And we don't even know how long it's going to last for. We become very excited or sometimes very morose. Oh, I lost my house. I lost my image. I lost my reputation. Bhishma Pitama lost all his reputation, practically speaking. But he was a Mahajan. He pleased Krishna. Sridhar Swami says, if my act pleases Krishna and the whole world spits at me, I don't care. If my act pleases Krishna and whole world is spitting at me, I don't care. So Bhishma Pitama was given a special service by Krishna. He did that service perfectly. And Krishna personally came to give him darshan at the end of his life. And he performed such a wonderful seva even at that time of his life. So that's why he's a Mahajan. So many times we are worried about क्या कहेंगे लोग सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग विजय गोपी माता जी रसानंद प्रभु सबसे बड़ा Rog, you understand that? The biggest disease in the world is kya kahenge log? What people are going to tell to me? Huh? What going to people understand me or misunderstand me? They will keep saying anything. Anyway, so take Krishna seriously, take Krishna consciousness seriously. Everything else, actually, it doesn't matter. One devotee came, I think last year he came. He was saying that very nice thing. He performed very nice home program. And after that, he said, you know what, today you must be very, very busy. You'll have many important things. After 10 years, these important things will have no value, isn't it? After 10 years, today, which is very important, very urgent for you, you will even forget what was your priority in 2025 when you look back in 2035 if you are there. Huh? He said, only one thing will remain. Only one thing. So imagine, he said, after 100 years, this life will not become important. Next life will become important, isn't it? Imagine after 100 lifetimes. Imagine after 1,000 lifetimes. He said, only one thing will remain: Ram Nam, Krishna Nam. Huh? He said, take Krishna Nam seriously, because this is the only thing which is going to last with you. Nothing else. Everything else will be lost. Everything else will be lost. So do what you can do. As Bhakti San, do the best and leave the rest. He's so cool and calm. Do the best and leave the rest. If we can have even 1 degree of that sort of, inclination, we'll be anxiety free. Huh? Do your duties. Will sometime pass, will sometime fail. People may appreciate you, may not appreciate you. That's okay. But if Guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased, Vaishnavas are pleased, Hare Krishna, kam ho gaya. What world says, who cares? Huh? We don't want their certificate. They're all mad. Keshamara said, they're all mad. They say we are mad, we say they are mad. But actually they are mad. Prabhupada said, actually they are mad. We are not mad. Let them say we are mad. Okay. Anyway, lots of slokas are there. Nagpatnis, Gajendra, Indra to Mother Diti, Shrutis. Very beautiful. All Bhagavatam verses here. Now, the second point which Rupa Goswami is saying, devotees reject liberation. So devotees have no desire that I should get liberation and get out of this cycle of suffering cycle of birth and death. So one example of very famous 9.467, Krishna is saying to the Durvasamuni, my pure devotees do not even care for 5 points of devotion. A clear verse, clear reference. The third canto, Kapil Muni is giving a similar reference, and this 9.467, same thing they are saying. My pure devotees do not even care for 5 kinds of liberation, what to speak of other things. And we have the example of Kolavicha Sridhar, who was so poor, his dhoti had so many holes, and he has put, taka. He has stitched the dhoti. There's nowhere more to stitch now. His devotees are, and he's completely in bliss. Completely. Krishna says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I can give you Ashta Siddhis. Ask anything you want. I don't want anything. What? ये तो कम से कम 1-2 bedroom का house तो दे दो. 1-2 bedroom apartment. Nothing he wants. His roof is leaking. Rainwater is coming inside. He only has one cup, broken cup, which he uses for his dinner, lunch, everything. Huh? But he said, I don't want anything. He said, what do you want? I want you to come to my shop every day and fight with me and bargain the price of bananas. That's what I want. Like a normal person in this world can never understand these statements. He said, devotees are really mad. They have no idea. And devotees are just happy in that exchanges with Krishna, with Mahaprabhu. They don't want anything. They have no aspiration at all, except one aspiration, to please Krishna and Guru. Okay, yeah, this is nice verses from Padma Purana, Damodara Ashtak, I don't want liberation. I only want to see your wonderful pastimes. Okay, let's move. Vraja Bhakti is the topmost. Okay, I'll not expand on it. Let's move forward. Chapter 5, the purity of devotional service. This chapter describes how devotional service is completely independent. All other processes are dependent on something. They have some prerequisite. Devotional service needs no prerequisite. Prabhupada said even a dog can perform. A dog can perform. What to speak of humans? A baby can perform. Adult can perform. A old person can perform. A white person, black person, yellow person, blue person. Anyone can perform bhakti anytime. Doesn't cost anything, no eligibility required. Even by listening name of Krishna or Ram purifies the person or the jiva. The execution and perfection, and they can perfect as well, of devotion service is not dependent on any material consideration. Bhakti sanjayate bhakti. Bhakti is the cause of bhakti. There's no other material cause. A very pious person may not become bhakta. A very criminal mentality person can become bhakta. So there's nothing like that. The only thing is when you are pious, you may get devotee association. And if you do that devotee association sincerely, you will become bhakta very quickly. So karma kanda, they have some prerequisites. There's a time, place, circumstances. You cannot perform yajna in your bathroom. And you perform yajna in the bathroom? Probably not. There's a particular time. There's a muhurat. Panditji has to give a muhurat. There are some brahmins you have to invite. But in bathroom, you can chant Hare Krishna. In your kitchen, you can chant Hare Krishna. There's no restriction. You get the benefit of chanting Hare Krishna. Jnana Yajna, talking about all this, big philosophical speculation. You have to become sannyasi, a brahmachari, you have to quit your family, you go to Himalayas, you perform sadhana. Then you have to have that sort of intelligence to understand. Now, who have that intelligence? Prayan alpusha sabya kalavasmin yuke jana manda sumanda matyo manda bhagyo padata. We are all manda. Now, for material gains, we are not manda. For spiritual gains, we are sumanda. Sumanda. You call a person for a Hare Krishna program, he will not come. For a party, yes. Even in the night, middle of the night, he will come and they will eat pizza and whatnot and drink alcohol. But for a program, Prabhuji, हमारे घर पे गृह प्रवेश है. क्या Prabhuji? वही boring. Pandit ji आएंगे. Some Pandit ji will come and do some chichum. Sometimes we go in outside programs, you feel such a different atmosphere. No one is interested in you or what you are saying. No one is. They all just, looking at the watch, looking behind, just want to get out of that program as soon as possible. Jnana Yajna is also not possible. Ashtanga Yoga, doing meditation for long periods of time. Who can do that? Even chanting our 2 rounds in the morning with focus is very difficult. We can't perform any one of these things. Radha Radhesham Prabhu was saying very nicely on this particular topic. He was saying, in karma kanda, you're doing karma. You're doing karma, say, for your boss, but you don't love your boss. Many times, if not all the times. But if you love your boss, then you do karma automatically. A mother loves the baby. So mother is doing karma for the baby automatically. So in karma kanda, love may not be there, but in love karma kanda, love means bhakti here. Karma is already included. Jnana yajna, you may know someone, knowledge about someone, but you may not love that person. But if you love that person, you will have knowledge about that person. If you love your mother, you will know what your mother likes, what your mother dislikes. And you'll only present what your mother or your sister or brother likes. Ashtanga Yoga, you are having deep thoughts, deep meditation about someone. Again, the love may not be there. But if you love someone, the thoughts will be there, the knowledge will be there, the karma, the activity will be there. So Bhakti Yoga includes Karma Kanda, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. Everything is included in Bhakti Yoga. So when you do Bhakti, Mat Karma Krat Nipano. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if you do my karma, you become expert in everything. So by performing devotional service under the guidance of our acharyas, you become expert in everything. There's nothing separate to be gained. Now, many evidences are there. We'll not read those evidences, but we can just look at these some pictures nicely. Shabri was not born in a very high Brahman family. She was in a very, very low, externally speaking, very, very lower family, but she became such a devotee that every devotee goes towards Lord. Here, Lord comes towards the devotee. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said, don't try to see God. Do the activities in such a way that God tries to see you. It's a very strong statement. So don't become very curious about seeing God. Bhagwan ko dekhna hai. You do your seva. You become so eligible. Krishna will come. Pundalik, Vithalji came to see Pundalik. Lord Ram is coming to see Shabri Mata. So it's the eligibility which Lord loves. Kagbhushandi, we can see, is not even a human being. He was given full facility, full vardhan by Lord Ram. You want whatever you want, I can give you. And Kagbhushandi said, no, I'm fine. I don't want anything. I'm just happy doing Ram Bhakti. And he's doing the whole Ramayana. Jatayu, again a pakshi, a bird, not a very great bird. Eagle is not considered a very great bird because eagle eats something which is not nice. But here Jatayu got the honor which even the father of Lord Ram didn't get. Such a great soul. He sacrificed his own life Hanumanji, he's a monkey. When we give the example of monkey, is not considered a very good example. You're like a monkey. Mother Yashoda said to Krishna, Vanar Bandho, Manthani Sfotak. You're a Vanar Bandho, you're a Bandhu, you're a friend of Vanars. Huh? So it's not like giving a high honor. Huh? You give a Nobel Prize, a high honor. Vanar Bandhu, you're like a monkey. Huh? Many times mother or father call their kids, like a pura monkey, hai, pura bandar hai. Uchhalta hi rehta hai, uchhalta hi rehta hai. So not giving a very honor. But this monkey is the greatest devotee of Lord Ram. Greatest devotee. He said Lord Ram had two diaries. So one time Narad Muni came and he saw the diary. Everyone knows the pastime, it's beautiful. And Lord Ram gave this diary to Narad Muni. Narad Muni was looking and his name was there, other devotee's name was there. He looked through the whole diary. One name was missing. He went to Hanumanji. He said, I went through the devotees of Lord Ram diaries and I could not see your name. So are you not a devotee? And Hanumanji said, have you seen the other diary? Other diary? Which other diary? Go, go, go. There's another diary. He went back to Lord Ram. He said, do you have another diary as well? He said, yeah, I have another diary, a small diary. Can you show me that diary? Yes, please, this diary. Only one name is there. Hanuman. And Narad Muni said, why two diaries? So diary one is for the people who always, the devotees who always remember me. Diary two is for the devotees whom I never forget. So Hanumanji is such a great person, such a great person. Huh? Lord Ram can never forget Hanumanji. Purity. Although a major prerequisite for other processes of self-realization, purity is not a factor determining one's eligibility to perform devotional service. The only qualification for beginning devotional service is to follow the principles given by Acharya. There is no need for any other method of purification. What about Varnashram Dharma? Srila Rupa Goswami said that devotional service is not dependent on proper execution of prescribed duties. It is not entirely accurate to say that one must first become purified in Varnashram and then concentrate on bhakti. So some people have this idea that Shudra should become a Vaishya, Vaishya should become a Kshatriya, Kshatriya should become a Brahman, and then he can perfect and go back to Godhead. But that's not true at all. So many devotees are not only Shudra, not only lower caste, they're outcast. Outcast means like a Chandal. They're born in that family, but they are one of the best devotees of Lord. So many examples are there. So you don't even have to be worried about your birth. We can change your birth. Huh? But what you can change, your feeling towards Krishna. So if you perfect those feelings towards Krishna, those love towards Krishna, then that's the success of life. Nothing external needs to be changed. Okay, chapter 6 to 13. So they talk about the 64 limbs of bhakti. So let's quickly read that. 64 items of sadhana. Okay, so initially in chapter 6, it gives the division. So 20 of primary importance and 44 is additional. In 20, the division is 10 plus and 10 minus. Okay, pravritti and nivritti. And 44 additional is 21 to 59, which is 39 items. And there are 5 most effective items. So let's quickly read them. I'll just read the name very quickly and maybe I'll stop at few. Guru Padashraya. So this is very, very important. Out of all the 64 items, it says first 3 are very important. In the first 3 also, the first one is the most important because unless you take shelter of Guru. Now here it does not mean you take initiation only. Huh? So many times we take shelter of devotees, take shelter of say Bhagavad Gita as a book or Shastra. So all these, and there are different types of gurus as well. So some devotee guides us to Krishna, some devotee teaches us about Krishna consciousness, and some may give you Diksha. Huh? There are different types of gurus. So Guru Padashraya, Krishna Diksha, the Siksha, that's the second one. Huh? So get Siksha and Diksha. Diksha refers to initiation, Siksha refers to whatever instructions your Guru Maharaj is giving. Vishrambhen Guru Seva, that's what's your duty? With sincerity, with faith, with love, you serve your Guru. Yeah? Whatever way is possible for you. Then comes Sadhu Vartanam. So we're following the paths of sadhus all the time. Asat Sangha Tyag, A Vaishnavachar. So first thing we have to do, like Mragari, Narad Muni said, when Mragari asked question to Narad Muni, how will I survive? You are asking me to quit this profession, but I don't know any other profession. How will I survive? Narad Muni said, I will look after you. I'll look after you. I'll send prasadam. Your whole family will be looked after. But first, what you have to do, break the bow. Break the bow. What does this breaking the bow signifies? Stop sinning. Stop sinning. At least knowingly, we should not sin. Unknowingly, okay, we may sin, but knowingly. So break the bow is the first step. Once you break the bow, start chanting with sincerity under the guidance of Saint Narad Muni. Everything will be provided. Why we are struggling today? First thing, we're not stopping the sins up to a degree at least. And second thing, we don't have faith in the words of Narad Muni in this example. So Mrigari had both. He broke the bow and he had full faith in the words of Narad Muni. And it's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He got so much prasadam. He will get and he will distribute. Patan, Yajan, Yajan, Dan, Pratigraha. So a Brahman has these 6 duties. First, he gets the Dan, and Pratigraha. He gives away whatever is not needed. It says when Lord Ram was born in Dasharatha Maharaj family, Dasharatha Maharaj gave so much Dan. Brahman could not carry. And these Brahmins were so satisfied. They only took a little bit and they gave Dan of the rest. If we were there, like, thank you, Dasharatha Maharaj. Thank you, Dasharatha Maharaj. You say some group of Brahmins used to come to Lord Ram every single morning and they'll just take little. Lord Ram one day said, why are you coming every day to take little? I'll give you the whole lot. You don't have to come back. You just perform your tapasya. And these Brahmins said, my dear Lord, do you think we come here for this begging for alms? We come here to see you. We don't want this grains and other little things. We don't want it. So Lord Ram said, okay, keep coming every day. Keep coming every day. The day he was leaving Ayodhya, he said, sorry, I don't have anything to offer you today. Today I've left everything behind. So the Brahmins started following Lord Ram. So if you give things away, you sacrifice. My Guru Maharaj said, friendship should be earned. And friendship means sacrifice. You sacrifice. Once you sacrifice for another devotee, you will receive love and blessings. Sadhu Vartana. Very, very important. Following the path of sadhus. Sadharm Praksha, inquiring from the spiritual master. Tadviti Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevya. Prashna has to be there. If Prashna is not there, okay, Guru Maharaj, how are you? I'm fine, Guru Maharaj. No, you should say, I'm not fine. I'm rotting in this material. My Guru Maharaj said in one of the class, he said, Sansara Dava Nala Lead Loka. Do you really understand this Sansara is Dava Nal? Do you really understand? I was literally contemplating. I don't understand Sansar Dava Nal. I think Sansar is for my bhoga. I failed in few projects, but next project I'll pass. I'll definitely pass. Sansar is for. He said, do you really understand? Sansar is Dava Nal and the spiritual master is extinguishing this fire. First, I don't understand. This is a fire. Nice apartment. Let's put the heater on. Let's put the AC on. Let's get extra chair. Sansara Davanal. To understand this is a big thing actually. Then we will have gratitude for the spiritual master and devotees. Because we don't understand Sansara is Davan. Everything is nice and cozy. Nice comfortable sofa we are sitting on. Nice jacket. Nice room. Sansara Davanal Lead Loka. Very big line actually. So Guru Maharaj said, you have to understand this is a fire. You are living in fire. We have to get out immediately. Once we have get that urgency, then we'll understand the value of Shastra and the devotees. Then we'll not do aparadh. Then we'll love devotees. Okay, Sadharm Praksha, Bhogadi Tyaga Krishna Setve. So we have to try to sacrifice some bhoga. Bhoga Adi Tyagaha. I hope everyone understands this Sanskrit terms. It's very, very easy, but there are translations as well. Nivasa Dwarka, so we should try to reside in the Dham Vyavareshu Sarveshu Yavad Arthanuvartita, accepting only what is required. Don't accumulate too much. So I understand we're all grasthas, we have to accumulate, but not too much. Don't go too much after it. All just accumulating after 10 years, 20 years. You don't know what will happen after 1 year, 2 years. So some accumulation is okay, but not. My Guru Maharaj said too much holding can also be a problem. So money can come, but then you should spend also well, again, for Krishna conscious activities. Harivasar Sammano, this is Ekadashi. Dhatre Shwadi Gauravam, offering respect to Tulsi or banyan tree cows, Brahmanas, and the Vaishnavas. These are the 10 negatives. Asadhu Sangha Tyag, Bahushishya Karan Tyag. So we should not have too many Shishyas, too many disciples, too many followings basically. Nowadays, we don't do Shishya, we do YouTube followings. I have 200,000 followers. I have 300,000 followers. I have 15 million followers. And we feel so great about it. And Amar Leela Prabhu said that can be problem when you're going back to Godhead actually. Because your ego is becoming big now. And the whole is very, very small. Only the pure soul can pass through. If soul has covering, soul cannot pass through. Covering of what? I am so popular. I'm so intelligent. My community loves me. How will they survive when I leave the body? I'm so important in my community. Huh? Everyone will survive. Krishna is Bhoktaram Yaktapsaram. We are not. We are not so important. We feel like that. It's our illusion, only illusion. Literally, it's an illusion. We feel ourselves very important actually. Jayapataka Maharaj said once, can you tell me how many people love you? Some said 4, some said 5 and 6. And Jayapataka Maharaj said 0. 0. He said, only Krishna loves you. Everyone is selfish. Huh? The day you are fulfilling their selfish desires, they love you. And the day you don't fulfill, they will say, Hare Krishna. Now, Shri Goswami Maharaj used to say, leave home when your family members are saying, why are you leaving? Instead, when they start asking, when are you leaving? Leave when the love is there. Otherwise, one day they will sack you out. They will sack you out. 11th canto, this Brahman, he was so rich, everyone so-called loved him. When he lost the money, the whole family threw this Brahman out. Threw this Brahman out. It's going to happen to all of us as well. So don't trust in any material thing, in any material person or something. It's not going to last. Today or tomorrow, they're going to quit. They're going to quit. So better we engage that in Krishna's service, whatever Krishna has given today. Bahut Shastra, Vyakhya, Vivadi, bahut sari knowledge, too much knowledge. Yes, then you'll have pride of knowledge. I know so much. So you should only know which helps you to love Krishna and to expand the glories of Krishna so others can also love. But constantly remembering that this is all Krishna's property we are using as a caretaker. Tomorrow or tonight, Krishna can take it away because he is the owner of it. I'm not the owner. The day you think you are the owner, you are in big trouble. You are in big trouble. Verse 327, Praktek Riyamanani, Godahi Karmani Sarvashah, Ahankar Vimudatma Karta Aham Iti Manyate. Aham, I am the Karta, I am the doer. Okay, you go to Naraka now. If you become the Karta, you are the doer, now you reside in Naraka. Shoka Krotadi Tyaga. You should not lament too much, get angry. Devantar Ninda Tyaga, Pramatre Udvega Tyaga, Seva Parada Nama Paratyaga, Guru Krishna Bhakta Ninda Sahana Tyaga. So we have read all that in detail. So I'm just reading the name. Beautiful, just to refresh your memories there. Now we have 44 additional items. So these items, beautiful items, I'm not going to read everything, but 11 items belong to the whole body. 5 items belong to voice. The voice one is very nice. I'll read just the name. Geetam, we should sing for Krishna. Sankirtanam, singing in a group for Krishna. Geetam can also for, just bring a harmonium or something, mridanga, whatever, and just sing, just for your deity. Just sit and sing. It's so beautiful. It's so lightening, actually. So lightening. Sankirtan, obviously we do Sankirtan. Sankirtan has many meanings, but singing in a group. Japa, we all do our japa every day. Vigyapti, offering prayers to Krishna. Istava part. So Vigyapti is like we are reading some prayers from others. We read 3 types of Sampratratmika, Lalsamai, and what was the third one? What was the third one? There are 3 types? Danya Bodhika, thank you. Danya Bodhika. So 3 types of prayers are there. So when we read that, that's Vigyapti Stava part, we're citing some stotra from the Shastra. Taste, best one. Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj was saying in one of the classes, when Japamala comes, we sleep. When Bhagavatam comes, we sleep. When Bhagavad Gita comes, we sleep. When Mahaprasadam comes, we get awakened. Our eyes go bigger. So Mahaprasad is very, very attractive. Very, very attractive. So this is so through the Mahaprasad, Prabhupada said, every bite of Krishna Prasad is taking you back to Godhead. So eat nicely, no problem. Cook nicely for Krishna and honor that prasadam, distribute prasadam and honor with their family and friends nicely. There's no problem. Swado Naivedya. Naivedya means whatever you have offered to Krishna. Swado means honor. And Swado Padyayo. Padya referring to Charnamrit. So when we honor Charnamrit, it's like honoring Krishna. Smell item is there. Dhup Malyadi Saurabhyam. So smelling the flowers. Touching. When Pujari performs the deity seva, finally he touches the feet of the deities. Sight, seeing the deities. Sri Murteksham, seeing the deities, or attending the Aarti and other Utsava festivals of Krishna. Shravadam, hearing the name, form, qualities of the pastimes of Krishna. For the mind, we have so many items. We can say 9 items are there. We'll not read the names here. Tadiya Seva, Sevanam Tadiyas Tulsi Shastra Mathura Vaishnavadaya. Serving Tulsi scriptures, living in Mathura, serving the devotees. Mixed items are there. Holding festivals, observing Kartik Vrata, and Visheshan Yatra Janma Dinashu, so observing Janmashtami, Ramnavami, Gaur Purnima, and all those festivals. And finally, 5 items. I'll read their names. Very, very important, beautiful item. Shraddha Visheshta Priti Shri Murter Anghri Sevane. So serving the deities with faith and love. Srimad Bhagavatarthanam Aswado. So relishing the taste of Srimad Bhagavatam with another bhakta. Rasikai sah sajati ashaye snigdhe sadhav sagna sato vare. Associating with like-minded and right-minded and affectionate and superior devotees as much as possible. Superior here means, we should again clarify our doubts. And sometimes when we have opportunity, we give Krishna. Sometimes we take Krishna, sometimes we give Krishna, depending on the situation. Nama Sankirtan, again, attachment to the holy name. Sri Mathura Mandale is the living in the area of Mathura. So these are the 64 items which we have read in detail. Just a quick reminder. Now it's 9:01. I'll stop here. So from chapter 14 to chapter 19, we'll do it next week. And we'll also expand on chapter 19 a little bit else. And we'll also talk about a little bit about the exam timings and format and all that next week. Okay, anyone has a very quick question? Complete silence. Understood everything, understood nothing. Okay, I hope it was option 1.
Are we discussing the answers, Prabhu? The assignment
Answers? Oh, okay, probably not. It's quite a big assignment, Prabhu. Yeah, I think we just don't have time, Prabhuji. Okay, if we have some time remaining next week, which I highly doubt, we can pick up that one. So Rasanand Prabhu is going to lead the answers for the assignment of only 53
some
questions.
doubts, that's why I'm asking.
Okay, if anyone has doubt, please fix up a time. You can WhatsApp me, or if you have to discuss something, we can try that way. Huh? I don't think so
Prabhu,
we
in
can
case
do.
we have a wrong answer, then you will tell us?
I don't know, Mata. I have not started checking. I'm being very, very busy. Maybe we can stop the recording now. We're just discussing outside now.